Today I'm going to be speaking about Janus, who is the god of doorways, and I'm going to be doing a breakdown for Janus. He's one of my favorite flow state frequencies to tap into. Let's get it today.
I'm inspired. I'm inspired.
Hey there guys, how's it going? My name is Sumit Chatterjee from the Flow Zone Academy, and I'm a flow state guide, which means that I help you feel better and perform better. Today I'm speaking about one of my favorite guides on the planet. His name is Janus, and his energy is one that you just can't forget because he's the god of doorways, the Roman god of doorways, and he holds the key, so to speak, the key to all wisdom, the keys to all knowledge. He helps you to access different doors. And if you feel like, oh, there's so many obstacles in my life, like there's not enough doors that are opening for me, Janus is the energy to tap into. He teaches you about the gateway of what's to come. The reason why I call him a flow state deity is because he works within that liminal space. He works within that transformational, transitional phase. So if you feel like you're at a state in your life where you feel like you're at a crossroads, Janus would be the best energy to work with, okay? He represents the middle ground between concrete and abstract realities. So he's basically like one of the gatekeepers of the subconscious mind, you could say. He's also the god of dualities. So life and death, war and peace, beginning and end. Also the kind of the initiator of human life. He helps civilization transform throughout time. The ancient Romans believed that he was really there in those peak experience moments of your life, such as, for instance, a wedding or somebody's death. According to Roman myth, Janus was there at the beginning of the planet or the beginning of the world. This is dating all the way back to Romulus times. So he's depicted as two faces, one facing the past and one facing the future, which leaves his essence completely in the presence. Does that make sense to you? So if one head is focused on the past and one into the future, the fullness of him is actually in the presence, but he controls the timelines as well in a sense. So he can understand the past and future of a person just by looking at them or even being in their energy. And these are of course my own interpretations and through my own experiences and research. Personally, I almost look at Janus like he's almost like this father frequency. Like he's very like celebratory, like he also represents merit. He's the god of merit as well in celebrations because, you know, in certain moments we have the beginning of the year, January, which is why we call it Janus, January, right? And he is celebrated at the beginning of each new year as well. So it's very important that he represents that timeline shift. He's basically the embodiment of a quantum shift in my own perspective. I also really want to get a Janus coin. There are these double-faced coins that are sometimes used, and they're also used in jewelry at times too. Janus can kind of seem similar to a bunch of other two-faced gods in a sense, such as Bifrons or Orphus. A lot of people recognize Janus because of what you put near your door. Like a lot of different cultures have symbolism where they will put different things up on their door. Christians may put up a cross. Muslims have a specific ritual before entering a mosque. Or some people have a welcome mat or something like a photograph above the door, taking off your shoes. There's all these ceremonial things that we do before entering a home. And it reminds me of his energy at times when I like just hold a doorknob or even just, you know, think of keys and new openings and possibilities in the world, because sometimes we will create our own obstacles in our own mind, and Janus helps us with that because he is this metaphorical kind of door opener in a sense. He's a locksmith, right? I would almost compare him very similar to Ganesha's energy, because Ganesha also really is revered throughout this festivities and, you know, this abundance energy and frequency that Ganesha has. Like, you know, you want to be well clothed, well fed. Ganesha is also known as the remover of obstacles, similar to Janus in that sense. So it's very interesting to me too that Ganesha has a two-faced form, a duimukhi, which means two-faced form of Ganesha. So I have this little paperweight that I use to represent Janus's and Ganesha's energy with this Dvimuki thing going. So it has one side and another side too. This little point, Janus has taught me this as well, is so important. It's neutrality. And he says to almost live slightly here. Like not right in the middle, but slightly here. And it's very empowering to think that, because he's always the one sustaining his own state of mind. He helps you from going from one state to another, in a sense. And this is why I've chosen to work with this energy and frequency, because it's so empowering for me to evolve through this energy. I'm starting to look at my work as a flow state catalyst, and Janus's energy really helps me to understand a lot deeper about flow state and what it actually represents and what it actually is, and how it is a valuable tool in helping to heal humanity. You see, I understand my process of using flow state as my medicine, as my tool, as my guidance system, my internal GPS almost, to help others to do the same and help others to access these certain codes and understand these different deities, to really get you the fundamental understanding of your own ancient wisdom and connection. Maybe it's you are Roman watching this video. That's even greater, man, because then you can, really access that energy on a greater level and ask more about this energy on a greater level in your own culture. And yeah, it just excites me when I start speaking about these topics, because they're so cool. I constantly want to blend spirituality and science together. You understand that, our human personalities, they split. We have a split mind at times. And I start to understand that, hey, maybe this is kind of a Janus understanding. There's an app on your phone that can split your face into only left side of your face flipped and inverted, and the right side of your face flipped and inverted. And if you look at both of those, you will see two completely different people. Okay? It's actually pretty trippy. If you understand that, and you understand how the left side of our brain and the right side of our brain actually are two dualities and polarities controlling our lives, like the Sushumna down the middle and the Ida and the Pingala, like the masculine and feminine, and all these dualities in this 3D world, if it starts to confuse you, Janus will help you understand it. Because I've begun to understand that duality is actually a creative difference. You see, if it was day all the time, it would be really boring. If it was night all the time, it would be really boring. The fact that we have change is actually exciting, and it gets that momentum moving. And that's the energy of Janus, is that willpower, that solar plexus energy, just like moving forward and doing things and evolving through the times and transforming yourself. I have been obsessed with transformation since a young age, even before discovering Janus with the help of Frank White, right? And so it's really been such an amazing journey, and I highly recommend that you learn more about Janus. And if you have any questions about Janus or working with Janus, if you want to get in contact with Janus, I will let you know the protocols. So just shoot me a message and I can help you out in that regard. I hope this video reaches you today. Have an incredible day. May the flow be with you and stay legendary. Let's get it to the upward spiral, gang. You already know what it is.